You know what? It pays to know the right people, and I'm going to tell you something right now. The guy that this channel belongs to, GameDad, is one of the right people because he has a skill set that I just don't have. I am inept when it comes to modifying electronics. I don't know how to solder. I can't do any of it. What's going on, everyone? I'm Jay. My channel is Square Pegs, and Chris, I need you to go check the mail.
Huh? Why?
No, seriously, go check the mail, dude.
Dude, oh, it's raining outside right now and it's cold. Why do I have to go check the mail?
Just trust me, okay?
Fine.
A few moments later.
It was cold outside and wet. But dude, is this the Lime Green GameBoy Color that you got at Midwest Gaming Classic?
Yes, that is the Lime Green Game Boy I picked up at Midwest Gaming Classic with you, and I was wondering, man, could you please put one of those nice new screens in it for me?
So you want me to mod something, huh? Okay. Let's do this. It's modding time. Alright, so here we have that Game Boy. I put Pokemon Crystal in it, and as you can see, it is quite hard to actually see it. So that is no bueno, and we're going to make this thing look a lot better. So let's go ahead and turn that off. We'll take out, in my opinion, the greatest Pokemon game from the Color generation, or Game Boy Color era, and that is Crystal. Alright, let's go ahead and pop these batteries out. Thank you, Jay, for including them. Then I didn't have to hunt them down. Now, you only need two different screw bits when you are working on a Game Boy Color. One is a Phillips. I use a PH0 for the Phillips, and then the other is a little Y0. It is a tri-wing screw bit. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to get rid of all of these. There's only a few screws holding the shell down. Makes it a little bit easier there. Get these, and sometimes they'll pop right out for you, sometimes they will not. Like right now. This one is being difficult. Here we go. Okay, then we got two more underneath the battery cover down in here. And there we go. 6 screws undone. We pop that off. And what we'll do here is actually force those screws back out since they were being difficult. Out it goes. Now, Jay did not want any kind of a, there we go, all 6 screws. He did not want any kind of shell swap on this, so we will not be swapping the shell. But we're going to go right here, release these 2 little tabs that are holding the screen cable. We're not going to need that screen. We pull that out. Now here is where we switch to our Phillips. Again, that is a PH0, I believe. Yes, PH0. We have 3 screws holding down the motherboard. So we undo those 3. Luckily they are a different size, makes it a lot easier to be able to keep them separate. Unlike when you get into like a Game Boy Advance or an SP, things like that, there are a lot more screws of varying sizes. Alright, now, board is undone. We can go ahead and just dink, pop that right out. And there we go. Wow, this thing, it is really clean. I don't even need to really hit it with any kind of propel or anything like that. It is just, it's solid. Very nice. You got a clean Game Boy here, man. I don't know if you already opened it and tried to clean it or what, but it is quite nice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull this screen out. We don't need this anymore. And let's see, we'll get these little sensors and switches out of my way. And what you do to pop these out, if you're seeing right here, you just kind of twist the plastic ever so slightly. It'll release that glue bond that it has. Then you can get underneath there. Again, don't need this screen, so I'm going to just pop that out. I'll send it back when I send this. That way he at least has the original screen. And this new one also comes with a new cover. Let's see, how is his current one doing? It's kind of scratched. We're going to replace that. So we just apply some pressure in the corners, and that will help release the glue on that. And then just pry that off. Boom, that is free. All right, now this is pretty much prepped. So what we're going to do now is move on to the actual screen itself. Here I have it on its little baggie that it came in. That way I don't scratch the glass. That would be unfortunate. Now, what we're going to do here, it comes with this little bit of film right here. And what this does is kind of protect this metal backing. That way more metal doesn't touch it and cause issues with shorts and stuff like that. So it does have quite a bit of stick to it, so you can pretty easily just remove it and put it back if you kind of mess up. But just make sure, cover all that metal backing. That way you don't end up with a short later. Okay, now that that piece is done, we have our little board right here. And this little board connects to this board right here. Now, as you can see, it's got 3 little connectors on it. We got one little flip up there, got one little flip up here, and another one right here. And it also comes with 2 other little ribbon cables. Now, this super, super tiny one, this is actually a touch sensor, very hard to see. There, against a white backdrop. That is a touch sensor to allow you to change some settings, and this one is a pin adapter to make sure that the board can actually go out to the motherboard connection right here. So we need to get all of these connected. So we're going to go like this, connect this little piece up. They just slide into place nice and firm. Trap down the little door. Same thing with this one. Just stick that right there, and in it goes, and then a little trap door down, and now we have this one. And all of this, if it looks like it's way wider than the Game Boy, that is because it is. It will get folded, so keep in mind that, you know, it is a flexible ribbon cable. It can be flexed. So we're going to go ahead and slide this in. I'm right-handed, so it's easier to do it this way. I'm going to slide that in where it goes, trapdoor down. It will line up with some little white lines that are on there. And now, to ensure that this gets put in place properly, and to ensure that this gets put in place properly, I'm going to go ahead and actually stick this onto the shell. That way this has a place to go and it won't fall through. So you just peel off the sticky backed layer. There we go. That just comes right off. And then now we stick it into place on here. Just use a nice firm press down on there. That'll help adhere the glue. And this does have a protective film over it right now that we'll remove at the end. So now that that screen is in place, give it a quick little wipe down there. That way none of the dust or anything comes through. Same thing with the screen itself. Just kind of blow that dust off. And then what you do is you stick this one right in its place right here. And it is not the exact same width as a regular Game Boy screen. These ones aren't. The resolution is just ever so slightly different. So you just get it just centered. Then you can double check that on the other side. You can see how there's a little bit of the bars showing. I have yet to find a single IPS screen for Game Boy Color that does not have this. If you know of one, let me know in the comments below. But let's see here. Let's get this all lined up. That way it is centered and not super noticeable. There we go. So that is centered in there. Now, next step is to put on this 3M tape, and this helps everything just kind of stick to this, which is what we want. We want it all to stick and hold in place. So we're just going to throw that right there, and we'll go ahead and peel the backing off of it now. There we go. All right, so with the screen in place, we just need to get this all nice and folded up just like this. And it will just kind of sit in place on that 3M. And make sure that when you put it down on that 3M, it kind of sits nice and in between everything. That way nothing is getting messed up, nothing's getting tweaked. And there will be plenty of room for the shell to close when it needs to. So as you can see, there are some white lines on this board. That will help line everything up. And we'll just kind of smush that down. Now this has enough ability to go all the way around where the board is going to be. And then this is actually the version 5 of this board. I believe it was version 5 when they switched this sensor over to the left side over here. versus being inside of the little infrared sensor. So it used to be over here, now it's over here. And with that, I believe it still works just as it did before. You just kind of have it sitting there and it will detect when you are tapping on top of that. It's not a motion sensor or anything like that. I think it just detects that you are getting close enough to it. So lost a little bit of that D-pad there. Let's put that back. Okay, let's go ahead and put this back in here. That is the start and select. All right, and now we are at the point where we just got to put the board back in. So let's go ahead and do that. This just slides right into here. The speaker goes into its spot, and everything should just kind of fall right into place. All right, now with all that in place, gonna go ahead and put the little IR sensor back into here. It's not even the actual sensor, it's just that little piece that covers the little infrared lights. So let's see here. Okay, once that's back in there, we got to make sure that we put the actual power switch back in, because that would not be good if you couldn't use it. Got that power switch in, it's clicking just fine. Now do keep in mind that with that 3M foam that is in there, there is a little bit more force that you have to put here, but it is not a lot and nothing that should damage the system in any way. Just, you know, be careful. Don't put a ton of extra force onto things. So just putting that screen cable back in where it goes, and we're going to sandwich down the clips on either side. Now from there, all we need to do is put some screws back in place. So let's put these 3 Phillips ones back. It is nice to have a magnetized screwdriver. Makes life a lot easier when putting these tiny screws back where they go. Now we sandwich the back plate back onto this. That is good to go. That'll all get screwed in place. So let's switch back from our PH0 to our Y0. And we're going to go ahead and get all of these screws back in where they go. All right, now we'll go ahead and throw the batteries back in, cover that up, throw the game back in, and now let's check out the new screen on here, shall we? Already, I can tell from the camera, you can actually see it now. So let's let that load up to the next part. There we go. That is a significantly brighter screen. Let's see if I can focus that in for you. There we go. Much more crystal clear screen as well. And let's go ahead and get the film off of this, which will help make it pop just that much more. There we go. Get that nice satisfying peel. And there we have a nice new screen on here. Breathe a little life into it. And let's see. Yep, so that touch sensor is working for the brightness. So it's at its brightest setting right now. I can tap that. As you can see, it gets a little more dim. Dink, back to bright. So pretty much when you turn the dimming all the way down, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there. The IPS is off right now. That's what you saw before. And then that's what you see now. Nice difference in there. Looks phenomenal. Has a hair on the screen. But this is all set, good to go. And since it's a version 5 where the sensor's over here now, you can still use the IR communication port. On previous versions, it would actually block those, so you couldn't even use it anymore. So excellent design. I do like that they are over there now. So awesome. All right, so there you have it, everyone. Nice new IPS screen installed on here. And it has that brightness sensor up in the upper right corner of the screen. That way you can turn it off, you can lower it, you can have it at full brightness. I'm a full brightness man myself, so excellent. I hope you like this, buddy. This will actually be, you know, playable at night and outside. So that's very nice. I have full lights in here, and I can see this thing perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it now. Looks fantastic. And it's a very easy drop-in replacement that anyone can do. So hopefully me talking through it helped you all, and hopefully you will be able to do one of these mods yourself. It's very easy, and in a lot of these videos I've been getting comments lately that, you would much rather hear me actually talk through the process of doing it other than just dropping in some music and doing just kind of like a rough cut going through it. So hopefully this is what you guys wanted, and hopefully that helps. And I hope you liked today's video. And if you did, please let me know down in the comments below. And also, I will leave a link to my buddy Jay over at Square Pegs. This is his merch, and he has all the information and links for that on his channel. Please be sure to go check it out. Give him a sub, give him a like, give him a follow, all those fantastic things. And while you're down in that comment section, please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell. That way you can alert every time I've got a new video coming out. And if you are interested in supporting the channel like the fine folks that you see on screen, be sure to check me out at patreon.com/GameDadShow. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later.